Meteorologist Tony Laubach is pre-positioned for what is about to come. Tony?
Yeah, Jay, that's right. I am here in Garden City. Right behind me is the junction to K-156 and US 83 on the east side of Garden City. I got out here earlier this evening to set up for tomorrow. Right now, dealing with some fog that's been thickening up here over the last couple hours. Expecting that to linger over probably till about midnight or so. Once the rain moves in overnight, we'll start to see this fog go away. But of course, that is the least of your concerns. We're expecting that rain to rapidly change over to snow early tomorrow morning, probably sometime after 5 or 6 o'clock. And when it changes over to snow, we could basically see Mother Nature unleash one whopper of a snowstorm down this way, expecting blizzard conditions with heavy falling snow and very, very gusty winds. Of course, I will be here in Garden City in what we think is probably going to be very close to, if not ground zero for the blizzard here in southwest Kansas. You can catch me live tomorrow at 6 and 8 o'clock. I'll be out covering it throughout the day. You can follow me on my Facebook page, and of course, we'll wrap it all up again as we get into the evening Saturday night at the 6 o'clock newscast. So I will be here in Garden City in the thick of it as usual. Reporting live from Garden City, I'm meteorologist Tony Laubach. KAKE News on your side.
We're going to get a closer look at what we need to know right now. Meteorologist Tony Laubach checking everything in for us. Tony, when you woke up this morning, just a dusting, but things have quickly changed over there in town.
That's right, Annette. In fact, I just measured the snow here. We have 2 inches of snow, and let me tell you how long that took. At 5:10 a.m., I stuck the ruler in the ground. We just had a dusting. At 5:55, just before we went online, 2 inches. We've snowed 2 inches in 45 minutes. The snowflakes coming down are probably about the size of $50. So snowing very, very heavy here in Garden City right now. As you can see behind me here, I'll step out of the way. We are dealing with very, very heavy snow accumulating very, very quickly. And you'll notice the power flashing behind me here. This just started here about 20 minutes ago. Seen off and on with this just kind of continuously going on. Not sure if it's snow related or not, but with as heavy as the snow's coming down, a little bit of a breeze out of the northeast, I would imagine we could start seeing some power issues here as soon as the snow really starts to get heavy. The parking lot completely covered right now. I have not had a chance to hit the main roads yet. I'll probably do that during the 8 o'clock hour, but snowing very, very heavy here in Garden City. If you have to do any traveling now, it is probably too late, especially if you were leaving out of here. I can't imagine the highways are in very good shape at this point. Again, with 2 inches of snow here in 45 minutes, and of course it's going to continue to snow off and on like this through the morning. With the wind starting to pick up, we imagine conditions will deteriorate very, very rapidly here across southwest Kansas. So the blizzard has certainly started to work its way in. Now just waiting for those winds to shift completely out of the north and northwest and really start to pick up in speed. That's when things down here are going to get even worse than they currently are right now. Reporting live from Garden City, I'm meteorologist Tony Laubach. KAKE News on your side.
We have meteorologist Tony Laubach. Tony, I mean, the conditions in Garden City looking pretty bad out there. Tell us what you're seeing, or maybe what you're not seeing right now.
Well, a little bit of both there. We've got very, very low visibilities here. The snow has lightened up, and I think that's mainly just due to the size of the flakes has shrunk considerably since we went live during the 6. I've been mobile here for the better part of an hour. Currently am eastbound on US 400. I'm about 3 miles east of the US 83 junction right now, continuing over toward the Garden City Airport. Just wanted to get a feel for how the road conditions were right now. Fortunately, the winds have not been a huge issue with us yet, but the snowpack has really been settling in. I've seen snowplows coming through here in earnest, but it's like within 5 or 10 minutes of them passing, the road gets completely snow covered again. And in some areas, you're even having to just drive in the ruts of the vehicle before you to get around. All the roads, though, open at the moment, but again, conditions very, very, very treacherous out here. I will make a note, though, with the water content in this snow, this is a very heavy, wet snow. A lot of this is freezing when it kind of gets packed down, so the road's very, very icy. I've seen a lot of cars that are stopped at intersections, just having trouble getting their traction to get going, so a lot of the momentum certainly kind of carrying them through there. So very hazardous travel, very low visibilities. I'm going to creep east here a little bit towards Cimarron, get back into some of the heavy snow bands, but certainly most of the roads here in south southwest Kansas and probably in areas where it's been snowing a couple hours, looking very much like this. Very indistinguishable for the lanes. Hard to tell exactly where the roads give way to the median. So if you have to travel for any reason, it better be a good one for sure. I would just advise don't put any travel plans into effect today. Certainly wait till this storm passes and they get a chance to get these roads cleaned up. Reporting live from Finney County, meteorologist Tony Laubach, KAKE News on your side.
Garden City was kind of the place to be today if you like winter weather. It's exactly where meteorologist Tony Laubach was. Tony, what did you see today?
I saw 11 inches of snow today. That's what I saw. It was a crazy blizzard out here, folks. I will tell you right now, most of the roads are open. The lone exception that I have seen on candrive.org is K156 from Garden City to Jetmore. That still remains closed right now, but US 400 is open. 83 is back open. The roads are still a little bit slick in places, so certainly if you're traveling tonight, you're going to want to be aware of that. Still a little bit of a breeze. Might still run into some blowing snow, but I think for the most part, the visibility issues should be down to a minimum. Now, of course, this afternoon was a whole different story. The storm got started early this morning at about 5 o'clock and immediately started dumping very, very heavy snows, creating all sorts of problems here across southwest Kansas. The snow started just after 5 o'clock in the morning here in Garden City and quickly became very heavy, dumping almost 3 inches of snow before the sun came up. As daylight set in, heavy snows continued to pile up, and while the winds were calm for a couple hours, they would eventually join the party. Blinding snow blown in wind gusts over 50 miles per hour welcomed the blizzard into southwest Kansas. Visibility dropped to near zero, and combined with the snow-packed roads caused all sorts of issues for drivers. This semi got stuck in the snow along the side of US 83, and this scene on the east side of town where a van had to be pulled out of the snow. Those that were on the roads were taking it very, very slow. We are currently on the drive on westbound 400 getting back into Garden City. Following behind a sheriff's patrol and a semi right now at 5 miles an hour. The visibility less than an eighth of a mile, sometimes to whiteout conditions. Just trying to make it back into town right now. Just incredible winds and blowing snow just continue to hammer this area. Amazed the roads are still open right now. It wouldn't be long before all the roads in and out of Garden City were closed down as the snows continued into the early afternoon. Visibility continued to be near zero as the winds kept blowing the snow all over the place. But as quickly as the snow moved in, the storm moved out. The skies cleared quickly, but the winds held on just a little bit longer, still blowing some of the freshly fallen snow around, and the clearing revealed several abandoned vehicles all around town. But as the wind subsided, it allowed residents to start digging out. Here on Main Street, giant piles of snow were lining the middle of the road as front-end loaders were clearing the roads. In nearby neighborhoods, residents were trying to get their vehicles stuck out of driveways, buried in snow drifts, or stuck in the mud. These guys needed a push from another truck just to get back onto the road. The evening was so much calmer as the sun set on another winter storm here in Cakeland. And I'll tell you, things are much, much quieter now. Fortunately, the winds have really calmed down. Temperatures are going to get quite cold tonight, probably dropping into the teens with all this fresh snow cover. But with the sun out tomorrow and temperatures probably not going to get too far above freezing, we hope to start some of that melting here in Garden City. Reporting live from western Kansas, I'm meteorologist Tony Laubach. KAKE News on your side.
Making sure that everyone is safe by knowing the conditions. And Tony, in Garden City, you've just seen so much over the past day.
It has been crazy here. In fact, Garden City was pretty much ground zero for this blizzard here. I measured 11 inches. We had a report on the north side of town of 13 inches, so almost a foot here in Garden City from that snow yesterday. And I got to tell you, this morning with the sun out, it's amazing. We've got sub-zero wind chills here. It actually feels warmer with the sun than it did yesterday when it was around freezing with the clouds and the snow. So it's amazing what the sun's going to do. Temperatures may not get up above freezing for you here today, but that sun should start to help get some of the snow off off of the roads, as was mentioned there by Annette. K-156 from Garden City to Jetmore remains closed. Yesterday, though, at this time, we were just getting into the thick of the snow. The winds moved in a couple hours later, and from then it just went downhill. Tons of snow. I mean, heavy snow. We averaged over an inch an hour during the entire duration of the storm. So we had some extremely heavy snows that pretty much continued from start to finish here in Garden City. At one point, all of the roads coming in and out of Garden City were closed, so you pretty much were stuck here in town for that storm. And they even pulled the plows off the roads during the height of the storm. They just couldn't keep up. And of course, it was just so dangerous being on the roads. You couldn't see even 10 feet in front of you in some cases. So just a different scene here this morning with the sun out, much calmer conditions. It's going to take a while to dig out of here, and it's going to take a while really for temperatures to get up there high enough to really take care of all this snow. It may be a while before the snow is completely gone, but really a quick hitting blizzard certainly left its mark down here. Fortunately, though, everybody will have some time to dig out. Reporting live from Garden City, I'm meteorologist Tony Laubach. KAKE News on your side.